Good morning, YouTubians. It's Kermit's Ghost. It's Monday. It's a Blu-ray release day. It is boiling. It's 27 degrees out already. Very early in the morning. Heading up to town now to see what's out. Nothing out that I actually want. I do have films to show you though. I've got like 12 films to show you. My daughter's just come back from Italy and I asked her to pick up some titles as well as do a little bit of filming of a couple of locations there. They are movie related, but they are historical sites as well. So hopefully you'll enjoy those clips. Going to head up to town now in the car because I've got to pick up some stuff for the garden and it's too heavy to carry back. It's only a couple of minutes on the road, but it's going to be too heavy, so I'm using the car today and hopefully film everything that HMV has on the shelves that is that's new out today. Grab a coffee from somewhere. My daughter actually filmed in the very first McDonald's in Italy and you'll be surprised at what's on their menu, so I'll show that as well. Take you home, show you what I picked up. Obviously nothing new today, but all the imports from Italy, and I do have something as well to show you, something quite special, an unofficial release. And of course Jamie Powell came down last weekend. No, he didn't, came down last Monday, Tuesday. So I'll show you what he dropped off on me as well, a couple of titles. So as I said, about a dozen titles to show you, so stick around to the end. I'll find somewhere to park now. Go and get a nice hot and cold drink because I want a cold drink to cool down, but I want a nice hot drink as well because, well, they're nice, aren't they? So let's go. See you in a bit. So this is a couple of videos from my daughter that she just come back from Italy, and this is the first McDonald's that opened in Italy way back in 1986. 450 seats restaurant is a thing of beauty. It's situated near the Spanish Steps. I'll let you take a look around. Look at those vaulted ceilings, absolutely a work of art. But I'll leave you with a bit of music and I'll catch up when they get some food. Okay, let me walk you through the menu. There you got some iced tea. That's not a Coke, it's iced tea. This burger, chicken burger, comes with a brioche bun. You can get yellow ketchup. These are pizza bites. It's like little pasties with pizza in. Their fries come with cheese and bacon on top. There's a barbecue chicken burger. And there is a cheeseburger wrap. And next to it is a can of beer as well. A can of beer. Can you believe that? And this is a cheeseburger wrap, comes with bacon, cheese, burgers and lettuce in it, so a little bit different to the UK menu. Okay, so here we are at the Colosseum in Rome. It's one of the 7 wonders of the world, this, and it was built 1,952 years ago. They used 100,000 slaves to build this. It's said that an estimated 400,000 gladiators lost their lives in combat within these walls. Now, it wasn't just used for gladiator fighting, not at all. They had operas, they used to have ballets on in here, and what I find most extraordinary is they used to flood the lower levels and reenact sea battles as entertainment. Had the capability of hosting 50,000 people in this. It was constructed by the order of the Roman Emperor Titus Vespasian, but he died before seeing it finish, leaving his 2 sons to oversee its completion. Now, obviously, this infamous landmark's been used in several films over the years, but not the Ridley Scott film Gladiator, though. He actually built a portioned replica for that movie. It was used, though, in the Audrey Hepburn and the Gregory Peck film Roman Holiday, and also external shots were used in the disaster film The Core. But Doug Liman had the best deal. He was given the rare opportunity to film inside the Colosseum for 3 days for his movie Jumper. Okay, here we are now at the Trevet Fountain. Now this was built in the 1700s, very intricate. It took 30 years to complete this. Gets its name from the Latin word trivium, which means where three streets meet. The water in this apparently is drinkable. In fact, all the fountains in Rome are drinkable apart from one. And the money gathered from this fountain each day tots up to an estimated €5,000, which goes to feeding the needy, so that's very nice. This was used in a movie as well. The most famous, I would say, is 3 coins in a fountain. And it's said that if you throw a coin over your left shoulder using your right hand, you will return one day to the fountain and to Rome. How nice is that? So here we are, back to reality, Brighton, in McDonald's, Churchill Square. Look at that. It looks like someone sat on that roll before they served it. It's all squished outside. But there is the most important item, the Arabica bean coffee. Very quiet in Churchill Square today. Let's go to H&V, see what's out. Okay, so here we go, down the escalator to H&V, which is just to my right. The breakfast I had was very nice, despite what it looked like. As we go into H&V, you'll see in the window there, they have an advertisement for Sonic the Hedgehog 2. Now, I've not seen the first one, so I'm not going to pick up the sequel today, so maybe further down the line and when it's cheaper. So let's see what's trending this week. Okay, so the big title of the day is Sonic the Hedgehog 2 from Paramount Pictures. Made in 2022, 122 minutes and rated a PG certificate. Now, there's several ways you can buy this. You've got the Blu-ray here at $14.99. There's a DVD here at $9.99, so no surprise there. But there's also double packs available and 4K as well, which I will show you. One of the 4Ks, this one, actually comes with a HMV exclusive slip. They all come with slips, but there is a standard slip as well, which I'll show you. The 4K is $24.99. Here are the double packs. You've got the Blu-rays there at $19.99 for 2 films. $34.99 for the double pack 4K. I'll go along and I'll show you. That is the HMV exclusive slip on the 4K, and here is the standard slip on the 4K, both priced at $24.99, so take your pick. Next is the Tiger Cage trilogy from 88 Films. These films came out from 1988 through to 1991, 3 movies and a book in this one, slim cases by the look of it, starring Donnie Yen, and this is priced at $34.99. Probably can't see it because it's pretty glary under the lights, but looks like a nice set. So next we have 2 releases from BFI, both directed by Robert Bresson, and the first one is L'argent, which translates as money, as you can see from the cover. It's from 1983, it's got a runtime of 85 minutes and rated a PG certificate. This is yours for $15.99. So the next Robert Bresson film is The Trial of Joan of Arc. This was made in 1962. It's got a very short runtime, just 65 minutes. Has a 12 certificate and obviously tells the trial of Joan of Arc, and it's based entirely on the transcript of the real-life trial. Yours for $15.99. Next is a Studio Canals vintage classic known as The Flying Scot. It's also known as The Mailbag Robbery. It's from 1957, this one. 70 minutes, has a PG certificate, and it stars Lee Patterson and Margaret Withers. Yours for $14.99. Next, we have a remastered release of Walkabout. This is released through Second Sight. It's from 1971, has a runtime of 100 minutes and has a 12 certificate. This one stars Jenny Agutter and it's priced at $15.99. Over in the anime section now, we have 3 releases. The first one is El Hazard, The Alternate World. This is a collector's edition from 1998, Season 1, 325 minutes, has a 15 certificate. That's about a young priestess of water that is transported to an alternate world. Yours for £30. All but a penny, that is. Next one is Emma, a Victorian Romance, Season 1. It's a Digipack Collector's Edition from 2005. 525 minutes, this one, and it tells of the class system in Victorian London. Yours for £54.99. Comes with a PG certificate. And next we have an MVM Entertainment release of Princess Principal Crown Handler Chapter 1. Wow, what a title. It's from 2021, has a runtime of 54 minutes and has a PG certificate. And this is set in London at the end of the 19th century. I think they're in cahoots with Doctor Who because they seem to be set in that era all the time as well. Okay, so we're going to head into the World Cinema section now, and there's one release, and it is Raw, also known as Grave. This is a standard edition. There is a HMV exclusive which came out 5 years ago. This is on Second Sight. It's from 2016, has a runtime of 99 minutes, has an 18 certificate. It's yours for $15.99. Next is a Sovereign Films distribution release of Memoria. This is a collector's edition. It's from 2021. Has a runtime 136 minutes. Carries a 12 certificate. This one stars Tilda Swinton as a Scottish woman who travels to Colombia and starts hearing strange sounds. It's yours for $22.99. And the last title in the 4K section today is Heat, directed by Michael Mann, starring Al Pacino, Robert De Niro, Val Kilmer, Jon Voight and Tom Sizemore. Excellent film from 1995, 170 minutes, comes with a lovely slip, has a 15 certificate and is yours for just $19.99. Hey everybody, welcome back. I've got a box full of unofficial releases, I've got a bag full of Italian releases, and I got a couple of films here from a good friend of mine, so let's crack on with it. First title to show you, and this is courtesy of Mr. Jamie Powell, who gave this to me last week when he visited. Very kind of you, Jamie. Give yourself a pat on the back. The film is Eve of Destruction. It's a science fiction action movie from 1991. Again, Deadly Android on the loose, but this time played by the Dutch actress Renee Sutenek. In fact, she's playing a dual role in this. She's playing the android Eve 8 and its creator, Dr. Eve Simmons. And to be fair, it's only a killer robot as a result of an injury during a bank heist. So the military calling Colonel Jim McQuaid, played by Gregory Hines, to put a stop to it. He's only got 24 hours though, because she has the ability to launch nuclear weapons. And she keeps telling everybody she's very sensitive right before she kills them. Now this was directed by Duncan Gibbons, who met a very unfortunate end. He was saving a cat from his neighbour's burning building. He caught alight himself and received 95% burns to his body. He jumps into their swimming pool, but because of the burns, all the chemicals got into his bloodstream and he died shortly after in hospital. He did save the cat though, and as a horrible twist of fate, his previous project, in which he was a screenwriter for, was the film Third Degree Burn. So that's something to think about, isn't it? This has got a runtime of 99 minutes. Let's take a look inside. So there is an image on the disc, and you have your choice of covers. You have this one, and you have this one. I think I'll stick with this one. I quite like that image. So that was Eve of Destruction. So, next title to show you, which is also from Jamie Powell actually, it is Above Suspicion, a thriller from the director Philip Noyce, who's actually directed some of my favourite films over the years: Patriot Games, Clear and Present Danger, Bone Collector, Salt, just to name a few there. So very happy to be given this, thank you Jamie. Now this stars Mother of Dragons Emilia Clarke and Jack Huston, who was Robert Kennedy in Scorsese's The Irishman, which actually came out the same year as this, 2019. This also stars Thora Birch, who's worked with Philip Noyce before in Clear and Present Danger, and the story is based on actual events. It's about a recently married FBI agent who has an affair with a local woman who becomes one of his top informants. The woman in question is Emilia Clarke's character Susan Smith, who by the way is in a volatile marriage with a man called Cash, who's played by Johnny Knoxville. So Susan and the agent Mark Putnam, who is played by Huston, their relationship soon turns very nasty and it leads to murder. Now this did really bad at the box office, made just over $25,000, and it's got a runtime of 105 minutes. Let's take a look inside. So the front cover image is put onto the disc. And even though this is a German copy, there is no reversible image with the Age logo removed. So that was Above Suspicion. Okay, next few films are all from Italy, none of which have a UK release. My daughter was on holiday there last week, that's why I had Ernie feature in my last video. He was staying here with me, I was dog sitting while she was away. And while she was there, she FaceTimed me from inside a shop that was selling films. So in effect, I was doing a Blu-ray hunt from Italy by proxy. So these are the titles that she's grabbed from me in this Italian bag, La Feltrinelli. First title from Italy is Cop Shop. It's an action thriller from the director Joe Carnahan, and his previous works include Boss Level and Smoking Aces, which oddly enough has a very similar style to this one. Now contracts put out on a single target and a couple of assassins tried to claim that hit. The first assassin is Bob Vidic, played by Gerard Butler. He gets himself arrested in order to get close to his target, which happens to be inside a police cell. Second assassin is Anthony Lamb, played by Toby Huss, brilliantly in my ad. He arrives at the police station a little bit later in the film trying to, well, he kills everybody who gets in his way, innocent or not. He tries to claim the hit for himself. Now both of their plans are scuppered by a police officer called Valerie Young, played by Alexis Lauder. I should point out actually that the target of the two men is Teddy Moretto, played by Frank Grillo. Really fun film this one. Pretty much the entire movie is set within a police station. Just a handful of characters, but it didn't feel like it was lacking in any way. Music is from Clinton Shorter, who was he's worked on Boss Level before as well as District 9 and Two Guns as well. So there you go. It's got a runtime of 107 minutes, this one. Recommend it. Let's take a look inside. The front cover image is put onto the disc. So that is Cop Shop, which comes in this fancy schmancy white case. Next title to show you is 6 Minutes to Midnight. It's a war film from 2020 starring Eddie Izzard, who's actually appeared in a lot of movies over the years. You have the remake of Whiskey Galore, Absolutely Anything, Tom Cruise's Valkyrie, Ocean's 13, My Super Ex-Girlfriend, Mystery Men, and a whole bunch of others. He's a good actor. Now he's playing Thomas Miller in this. He's a teacher at a private finishing school for the daughters of the Nazi elite. He is in fact an undercover government agent who's trying to solve the mystery of the disappearance of a former teacher that worked there. Now this is all set just before the outbreak of World War II, and during his undercover investigations he overhears a conversation about someone trying to take the girls swiftly back to Germany. So what he does is try to get the message to his commander, but unfortunately it's too late. The commander is shot and the blame is put on Miller. So he goes into hiding. He gets help from Charlie the bus driver, who's played brilliantly by Jim Broadbent. I won't say any more than that, actually, don't want to give it away. But I will tell you, it's set not far from me in the seaside town of Bexhill, where Children of Men was actually set as well. And it's loosely based on true events. It also stars Dame Judi Dench as the headmistress of the finishing school. It's got a runtime of just 100 minutes, this one. Let's take a look inside. Well, there's a reverse image, but the silly Italians have put the security tag right across Dame Judi Dench's face. How disrespectful. But they did put an image on the disc, so all is forgiven. So that is 6 Minutes to Midnight. Okay, next title is Freaky. I really enjoyed this film. It's a horror comedy from 2020, directed by Christopher Landon. It's Michael Landon's son. In case you don't know who Michael is, he was in Bonanza and Little House on the Prairie. But his son Christopher has directed this, Happy Death Day 1 and 2, as well as writing the scripts for Paranormal Activity 2, 3, 4 and 5. So he's not a newcomer to the genre. Now this stars Vince Vaughn as the maniac serial killer, the Blissfield Butcher, kind of like a Mike Myers type character. And this is a body swap film, and Vince trades bodies with a teenage girl called Millie Kessler, played by Catherine Newton, who's actually in Paranormal Activity 4, spookily enough, and she's going to appear in the new upcoming Ant-Man and the Wasp film in 2023. Now, as with all body swap movies, there is an item that triggers the event, and that item is a dagger known as La Dola. And to make things more complicated than they need to be, there's a time frame in which they have to switch back or they get stuck forever. Now, seeing Vince act like he's a teenage schoolgirl makes this film worth watching alone. But that aside, it's an excellent film. Doesn't drag, great characters, very good kills, just an overall enjoyable film. It's got a runtime of 101 minutes. Let's take a look inside. So the front image has been put onto the disc. So that was Freaky. Next title is Rogue. This is an action thriller, again from 2020, this time starring Megan Fox as Samantha O'Hara. She's the leader of a group of, it's got to be said, inept mercenaries that are hired to rescue the teenage daughter of a governor who's been kidnapped in East Africa. Jessica Sutton is playing the hostage Alicia Wilson. Now Samantha and a team of, I think, 9 mercenaries, I didn't count if I'm honest, only a couple of them add to the story. They complete the rescue mission, losing a few along the way, it's got to be said, but they also rescue 2 of her school friends that they didn't know were there. One of which was old enough to have a lot of tattoos around her body, so maybe she was held back a few years, who knows. Anyway, their mission, as I said, was complete, but it's put into peril when their helicopter is shot down by an RPG, forcing them to make their way across the country whilst being pursued by the kidnappers, and their very strange choice of leader, it has to be said. So, Samantha and her team finally find shelter in the form of an abandoned poacher's farm. An angry CGI lion is there trying to get her cubs, and let me say, this is the worst CGI animal ever put to film. Obviously, some of her team are killed by the pixelated menace. You can expect that to happen, and it has a very cliche Hollywood ending. It's got a runtime of 105 minutes. Let's take a look inside. So there is the front image put onto the disc. So that was Rogue. Okay, next title is Wonder. This is a thriller from the actress turned director April Mullen, and it stars Aaron Eckhart, Tommy Lee Jones and Heather Graham. And in this, Aaron is playing Arthur Bretnick. He is a man on the edge of sanity. He's a former detective whose family was killed in mysterious circumstances. He's now a private investigator who also runs a podcast on conspiracy theories, and one day he's asked to investigate the death of the daughter of one of his listeners, which takes him to the town of Wonder. Now, this is where reality and delusion start to intertwine. It's one of those films where you're not sure who to trust or whether or not it's all just playing out in his head or what's happening. Tommy is playing his close friend and fellow podcaster Jimmy Cleats, who also travels to Wonder to help with the case. Heather is Shelley Luscombe, who is a lawyer. She's also a good friend to Arthur. I'd say she's kind of a carer to some degree. She keeps an eye on him, make sure he takes his meds, that kind of things. It's quite a short film, this one, just 94 minutes long. Let's take a look inside. And the front image is put onto the disc. So that was Wanda. Okay, next item to show you is in this box. It's a very popular TV show that is available to watch on Netflix. It does have a US release, but unfortunately they are all region locked, so it's forced me to buy these unofficial releases. I was contacted by a man on Instagram called Kasim, who's actually said that he could do these for me for an undisclosed amount of money, which I have paid. It didn't take him long. He posted them the same day that he completed them, and he's informed me there's a note inside. So I'm going to open this one up now, as it's arrived on Saturday. I've been waiting to get into this for a long time. Let's see what the note says. So here's the note, read along with me. Hi Alan, as promised from my Instagram message, here are seasons 1 to 4 Stranger Things. Brilliant. I've also included the empty case of season 5. The fabulous artwork you're seeing right now is from the awesome Richard Hollyoak, aka RH Media. Fantastic. And I've seen the artwork already on Jamie Powell's channel, so that is awesome. I've not looked at the disc yet, just taken the note out. Who did an amazing job with these custom covers. He did. I know he has. I hope you enjoy these as much as I did making them. Of course, if you happen to run into any issues with playback or something, please let me know, although I'm confident they should work smoothly. Lastly, if there's any other title that's maybe specific to streaming that you want doing, you know where to find me. Kind regards, Kasim. Thank you very much, Kasim. Let's take a look at these lovely editions. Well, there they all are in their glory, all with lovely cases on. I will open these up in a minute, but I'll put an image of each one there for you to see going in turn, and I will tell you a little bit about the show. Just put these down a second. Okay, Stranger Things. Where do I start? This show, quite complicated to explain. It's set in the 80s. It follows several intertwining storylines. There's, at the core, there's 4 close friends into the roleplay game Dungeons and Dragons. One day out of the blue, one of the friends goes missing, and he is Will Byers, played brilliantly by Noah Schnapp. Now, we're introduced to another character called Martin Brenner, aka Popper, played by Matthew Modine. He runs a top secret government facility which experiments on children, trying to sort of perfect the art of telepathy and telekinesis. Then one day out of the blue, one of the children escapes. Now I'm not going to go into how that person escapes. She's found by the group of friends who hide her from the military and that are out to look for her. And she has powers, kind of like the Force, Star Wars. We gradually get to know more characters, and each one is as brilliant as the last. There's not a single character in this show that's not likeable. The writing is top drawer stuff. Story's engaging. The pacing is perfect. It stars Millie Bobby Brown as 11. That's a little girl with powers. David Arbor as Jim Hopper, the chief of police, an outstanding character. Winona Ryder as Joyce. She's the mother, tenacious mother, I should say, of the missing child, who, by the way, is in the Upside Down, which is like a mirror universe, if you like, almost like a negative reflection of reality where everything's rotten and they have to kill you, and they want to cross over into our world. I can go on about this show forever, but I'll leave it there. I urge you to watch this if you do have Netflix or, of course, a region-free player. There are currently 4 seasons, and the 5th one is planned to wrap the whole story up in a nice, neat little bow. Hopefully, at that point, people living in region B zones, Europe and Australia, can get official copies, which I will buy day one. Let's take a look inside these discs. So we have 2 discs there, each has the front image on the disc, and I gotta say, Richard, you are just exceptional with these covers. Look at that, you've got a beautiful image on the front, and inside, not any artwork, but you've also got the chapter listings. Just outstanding. Outstanding. There's the artwork there for season 2 on the discs. There's the cover of season 2. Now I've got to say, I've seen Jamie Powell show his on camera, and nothing beats seeing it in person. These are absolutely a work of art, an absolute work of art. And there's the disc for season 3. I gotta say, this is set in a mall, an 80s mall, and I watched a video a few weeks ago. The mall was actually abandoned, and the team came in and they did it up like an 80s mall. Absolutely top notch. There's the cover, and there's the reverse. And I gotta say, if they do actually put these out as official copies, I'd be very, very tempted to keep these actual covers for the official copies. They're gonna have to go above and beyond to beat these. And here are the discs for season 4. Season 4 is a great season. The team of characters are all split up from Russia to America. They're all doing their own separate things. They're all coming together. Introduced us to a new character called Vecna. Brilliant. You'd have seen his image on many t-shirts, I'm sure, by now. Fantastic show. There's the cover. And there is the chapter listing. So in season 5, obviously no discs because it hasn't been filmed yet. Not even filmed yet. So this is future proofing right here. Lovely cover. You've even got a synopsis on the back there. Set in 1988. There's Vecna on the front cover next to 11. There's Vecna's hand. You don't want that near you because once he touches you, he sort of crushes your body, sucks your soul out, and takes you to the upside down. Absolutely brilliant. So thank you, Kasim, for your hard work getting these onto disc, and thank you to Richard for the fantastic cover images. Absolutely top notch. So that was seasons 1 to 4 of Stranger Things, and season 5, when they do get made, the cover all ready for the discs. So I think that's where I'm going to leave it there. 11 titles is quite enough. So have you seen any of those or plan to pick them up or just want to leave a comment, then do so down below and I will read every single one and get back to you if I have the time. Give the video a thumbs up, really does help the channel, and subscribe if you haven't. It's all free, why wouldn't you? On that note, all that's left to say is thank you so much for choosing my channel today and watching my video. Take care and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye.